investors need to come up with certain habits, certain tricks, certain hacks to overcome these biases that are ingrained in who we are.
So does behavioral finance teach you how to develop these habits and tricks?
Well, with behavioral finance, as you understand the biases, as you understand recency bias, as you understand the extrapolation bias, as you understand familiarity bias, as home country bias, all these sort of things, then from that you can use that to your advantage to try to come up with ways to overcome that behavior. Again, just like as we try to improve our health, right? Maybe we'll eat our snacks out of the smaller packages, yeah. Or we'll eat off of a smaller plate, or we'll commit to exercising every day at least for 20 minutes. You know, but the knowledge in and of itself is not enough. We really have to put in place these sort of interventions. Yeah.
So as one of those examples, I mean, one that's been around for a while is dollar cost averaging. Is that?
Yeah, dollar cost averaging is a great way. So for example, particularly with the markets these days, here we are at all-time highs. Because of the long litany of worries that so many people have, and they're understandable worries, whether it's trade related or Brexit related, or the fact that our economy has been expanding for so long, or the duration of the stock market rally, a lot of people have been caught on the sidelines. They've been waiting to put their money in, but the market just keeps going up. So when you dollar cost average, you commit to putting your money in on a pre-scheduled basis. Whether the market's up or the market's down, you commit. So if you have a certain amount of money, maybe you divide it into 4 equal parts and you put it in over the next, once every 3 months. And so if the market goes up, well, then you're happy that, hey, a little bit's gone up, and if it goes down, you get to buy at a lower price. But committing to that, because so many people say, oh, I want to buy on a dip, and then the market dips, and there's always a reason for the market dipping, and they say, oh, I don't want to buy now because it's too scary. You got to put in place those you got to automate it.
And trick yourself a little bit, I'm going to do this automatically. But it does sound like if you're doing that effectively, that you can be happy regardless of what the market does, which would be nice. I remember Charlie Brown, there's a cartoon where he said his ultimate dream was to own a convertible and a lake. Because if it's raining, it's good, it's filling up my lake. And if it's not raining, it's good, I get to drive in my convertible.
Exactly, yeah. I like to refer to dollar cost averaging as regret minimization. Okay. Yeah, it's the best way to minimize regret. And that's a big driver for we as humans, yeah.
So what are some other things that maybe, you mentioned some other biases, and what are some other things that we can do as tricks to overcome that sort of humanness in our investing?
Yeah, as simple as it sounds, having a plan is really helpful. And we find that not just in our financial lives, but other parts of our lives. Writing things down, writing down goals is really important, and then coming back to that. So having that plan in place, having your financial plan, having your long-term goal, as I mentioned earlier, we as humans, we can become so short-term in our orientation, and yet really most investors, their goals are not measured in days or weeks or months. They're measured in years and decades, and in some cases generations. And so to the extent that you can put that plan in place, and then oftentimes having some accountability, again, going back to other habits in our life, if we have accountability as we're trying to overcome various maybe dependencies or trying to put in place certain disciplines, having accountability is really...
How do you get that? How do you get some accountability?
Yeah, well in the financial world, having an advisor is really helpful. Someone that can provide some objectivity. Someone's like the personal trainer. When you say, oh, I don't want to really work out today, or I want to have the Twinkie,